Ever find yourself wondering about the folks we see sweeping our streets? Like, what's their day actually like?
Yeah, it's easy to just walk by without a second thought.
Right. But today, we're taking a deep dive into the surprisingly complex world of street sweepers.
That's right. And our guide for this deep dive is RoleCatcher.
They use AI to break down different careers, from job duties to career paths.
A goldmine of information, if you ask me.
For real. So let's get into it. RoleCatcher, hit us with a lowdown on street sweepers.
They really emphasize how it's about so much more than just sweeping. It's about operating heavy machinery.
Wait, like what? I was pictured just a broom and dustpan.
Haha, yeah, no. Think more along the lines of those compact sidewalk sweepers you see in parks.
Okay.
But also those massive regenerative air sweepers they use on highways with the huge rotating brushes.
Whoa, okay. Things are getting serious.
Right, imagine handling one of those during rush hour. And it's not just about driving them.
There's more.
You got to understand the mechanics, do basic maintenance, even troubleshoot minor repairs on the spot.
Wow, that's way more than I ever imagined.
Yeah.
So it's a hands-on kind of gig.
Totally. And then there's the whole regulatory side of things.
Regulations for sweeping.
Absolutely. Think waste disposal, environmental concerns. You can't just sweep stuff anywhere.
That makes sense, actually. Different kinds of debris, I guess.
Exactly. And let's not forget, you're the face of street cleaning to the public.
Oh, right. You're out there interacting with people all day.
Exactly. You've got pedestrians, parked cars, maybe even a grumpy driver or two.
Uh-huh. I can see that happening.
Yeah,
So you need some serious people skills on top of everything else.
definitely. But hey, there's also something to be said for the community aspect.
Yeah. You're making the neighborhood a nicer place to be.
Right. Now, for a real curveball, technology is changing the street sweeping game.
Oh, yeah. RoleCatcher mentioned something about that. GPS tracking, right?
More than that, think automated scheduling, optimized routes.
Wait, so it's not just driving around randomly anymore?
Nope. Technology helps them be more efficient, use less fuel, even reduce their carbon footprint.
That's actually really cool. So they're like eco-friendly street ninjas now.
Pretty much. And it
Uh-huh.
goes even further. The materials they use are becoming more sustainable, too.
Like what? Are they still using those big metal brooms?
Some are, but they're incorporating recycled materials now, like tires and the brushes.
Whoa, that's amazing. Who knew street sweeping could be so cutting edge?
Right. It's not just about keeping things tidy. It's about doing it smarter and more sustainably.
It really makes you appreciate those everyday jobs that often go unnoticed.
Totally. And speaking of unnoticed, let's talk about career progression.
Yeah. If someone loves street sweeping, what's next? What's the path look like?
RoleCatcher breaks it down into 3 stages. Entry-level, junior, then senior street sweeper.
Sounds pretty standard. What does entry level even mean in this context? What do they actually do?
Think of it like boot camp for clean streets.
Yeah.
Learning to operate the sweepers, basic maintenance, all those essential safety protocols.
Makes sense. Start with the fundamentals. So once you've got that down, what makes you a junior street sweeper?
It becomes about working smarter, not just harder. They start analyzing their routes, looking for ways to be more efficient.
Ooh, so like a strategic approach to cleaning.
Exactly. And finally, we reach the peak, the senior street sweeper.
Okay, I'm imagining someone who can operate any sweeper, knows all the routes blindfolded.
Haha, pretty much. But they're also managing entire operations at that point.
Wow, so they're like the street sweeping boss.
Right. Coordinating schedules, managing teams, even working with city officials on special projects.
That's a lot of responsibility. So it's not just about knowing how to sweep, it's about leadership and big picture thinking.
Exactly. But let's not forget, every job has its downsides. And RoleCatcher doesn't shy away from that.
That's right. It can't all be clean streets and smooth sailing routes, right?
Exactly.
I mean, let's be real, dealing with everyone else's trash.
Not exactly glamorous, right?
Especially in who knows what kind of
Okay.
weather.
Yeah, RoleCatcher definitely doesn't sugarcoat that part. They talk about the odors, the physical demands.
Yeah, I bet. Being out in the elements all day.
And sometimes having to wrangle those massive machines, not easy.
Definitely not a desk job. They also mentioned early mornings.
Oh yeah, street sweepers are often out there before sunrise. Got to clear the way for everyone else.
So it's a workout, and you're up at the crack of dawn. But hey, at least the city's clean, right?
Right, there's definitely satisfaction in providing that service, making your community a little better.
Plus, pretty good job security, I'd imagine. Streets aren't cleaning themselves anytime soon.
Very true. But, okay, ready for the fun part. Interview questions.
Hit me. RoleCatcher had some interesting ones. What do they even ask someone who wants to sweep streets?
Well, for entry level, they had one that's like, Tell us about your experience as a street sweeper.
Which, like most people applying, probably don't have experience, right?
Exactly. The point is they're looking for those transferable skills.
Yeah.
Have you operated any machinery before?
So even if you've never touched a street sweeper, you can still show you've got what it takes.
Exactly. Okay, here's a mid-level one. How do you ensure you complete your route on time?
Ooh, pressure's on.
Right. It's about time management, but also dealing with the unexpected. Traffic, weather, who knows?
Oh man, imagine a sudden downpour.
Or a street fair pops up on your route. Gotta improvise. A good answer shows you've thought about that.
Okay, this next one is kind of funny. Have you ever dealt with a difficult member of the public?
Classic. You know someone's yelled at a street sweeper at some point.
Probably about where they're sweeping, right? Like not in front of my house.
Exactly. So they want to see you can handle conflict calmly, de-escalate things.
Because customers aren't always right, but you still got to be professional.
Exactly. Okay, one more. For aspiring senior sweepers, how do you prioritize safety?
Makes sense. With those big vehicles and all the people around.
Right, it's paramount. And not just knowing the rules, but being super aware.
Like constantly scanning for hazards and stuff.
Exactly. Gotta show them you're proactive about safety, not just reacting to things.
I have to say, I'm kind of blown away by all this. Never thought street sweeping was so involved.
Right, it's like every job, when you peel back the layers.
There's always more than meets the eye and the street sweeper in this case. It really makes you think twice about those folks we see out there every day.
Right. The unseen heroes of clean streets.
Totally. And thinking about those interview questions, it really highlights the range of skills they need.
For sure. You're not just dealing with machinery and logistics, you're dealing with people, too.
It's like a weird mix of technical know-how and customer service.
Exactly. You got to be adaptable, think on your feet, stay cool under pressure.
And probably have a pretty good sense of humor when that street fair throws off your whole route.
Absolutely. But at the end of the day, you're making a tangible difference in the community.
That's what I keep coming back to. It's easy to forget, when you're rushing to work.
Right. We take clean streets for granted. But someone's got to make that happen.
Exactly. So next time I see a street sweeper, I'm giving them a nod, maybe a little wave.
Me too. They deserve some recognition for keeping things running smoothly.
Big time. It's been eye-opening. This whole deep dive really makes you appreciate those everyday jobs.
Totally. And that's what we're all about, right? Uncovering the hidden complexities of the working world.
Absolutely. Until next time, folks, keep exploring and keep asking those questions.
And remember, there's always more to a job than meets the eye, even, or maybe especially, street sweeping.
Well said. See you all on our next deep dive.